We might get cursed out.
Like everything you say,
Y'all niggas better stop playing with me.
the world's like super sensitive now.
I have the right to discriminate.
You gotta worry that somebody's offended. Potted through trauma.
It ain't like we ain't been getting cursed out since like 2009.
Oh shit.
Who are these niggas?
Fat Liver Jones.
Tracy Renee Jones. But still, I'm offended. You're offended.
I ain't gonna say it no more. We need to stay away from these niggas.
Exactly. I'm here.
Where you at? We here. Did you hear any of that?
I heard all that.
Oh, all right, cool. You didn't say anything. Like, no congratulations, no. Oh, that sounds amazing. Nothing.
I told you on the phone. It sound and my was listening too. He was like, "Who that?" I was like, "That's my dude." We
Yeah.
doing our thing.
Well, thank you. Welcome back. We are here another week, potting through trauma. Fat Liver Jones.
Tracy Renee Jones.
We are the Joneses. No relation.
But we're family.
Yeah, we are. Well, it's like the meme today. We're black, we're all family. I gotta watch that movie again, Poetic Justice. Such a good movie.
Was it?
I enjoyed it.
I ain't watched none of the Negro movies.
Damn.
I mean, and I saw them because people had TVs, but it wasn't like I was like involved.
You didn't pay
in what was
attention
going
to it?
on. Baby, it'd be hard. And the context, I don't know the context.
Well, a lot of them, what I'm starting to know now as an adult is a lot of them are kind of tied into each other. Like they were saying, I think Boys in the Hood is tied into the Poetic Justice movie. Something about how at the beginning, the guys that are riding out are looking for the dudes that killed Ricky or whatever. I didn't catch it when I was younger, but, you know, niggas on the internet got a lot of time on their hands. So somebody put two and two together and everybody realized, like, oh, shit, that is the same person, this one, that one. Whatever the conversation was had something to do with the last movie. So those were cool. But back in the day, though, that was like the almost like I don't want to say black excellence, but it was like that's how the culture was actually presented to the world, like real urban culture, which is crazy when you think about it because it's like not all black people live like that, but across the globe, or at least across this country, not the globe, excuse me, in this country, like most black people do kind of, if you live in a hood, all hoods are pretty much the same. Violence, poverty, drugs, all of that shit. But it's funny how every time we start this podcast, we learn something about you that you didn't, like, there's a black experience missing somewhere. Every week. It's always something.
I'm
like,
so torn. Well, this has been my journey. I knew I was biracial, but I didn't realize how much it affected everything. And not even being biracial, my parents were black, but they were just like where they were at with their blackness. Like, you could be black, but don't be a nigga. I came from that type of household.
It's like, have some respect out here.
Don't be a nigga. Don't be out here being a crackhead. You could only get arrested if it was for civil rights issues.
Damn.
That's the only respectable way to get arrested.
There's a respectable, I guess, depending on your moral compass.
If you're risking your life for like freedom or liberty. But not for a stolen radio.
I get it. Oh man, that was funny. I didn't think about it like that. Because
I guess like
what is civil rights though?
What's it? Well, my grandmother was with Martin Luther King.
Oh yeah, my grandparents walk with him too, but still, like, so that's a whole nother conversation, right?
Yeah. They was trying to bust down my grandma. She wasn't having it.
So, but even like, I think Martin knew that integration wasn't a good thing. I asked my grandfather this years ago because, you know, he was part of that movement too and shit. And this was years ago. I think it was 2018, 2019 maybe. I interviewed him for the old iteration of the podcast.
That was such a good interview.
Yeah, it was freaking 3 hours. It was fucking cool as shit. And I still have all of the footage. I'm gonna put it together at some point. Like there's like video stuff, and I got like archived like photos and shit of the family. So I'm gonna put it together at some point. But I asked him, one of the questions I asked him was, did he think that integration was a good idea, or in theory it was good? I was like, but in hindsight, do you think it was a good idea? And he still stands on the ground on the principle that he thinks that it was good. Whereas though I'm like, looking back, it's like kind of could have did everything on our own. You know, you you went into it blindly, being like, all right, everything's going to be the same, but everything isn't the same. There's no real equality. It's like we might have the same shit, but this one's a little cheaper than that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not no real equality. If people would have, like, not saying that everybody had to stick and be racist, but it's like, all right, we don't need your handout. Just respect us as humans and get the fuck out the way. Like, if y'all don't want us to go to your school, cool. We don't need to go to your school. We got our own schools.
But that was the problem. We couldn't have our own.
So where the
Like
hell
we
did
had Black Wall
HBCUs
Street,
come
and we
from?
had HBCUs came from us not being able to go to school, but we were able to have them. But there was always some type of effort to destroy it,
Right.
some type of effort to undermine it. Like there's like whole towns. And I didn't realize how many it was because it's not in the history book. And this is concerning to me because you need somebody to tell it to you, or it needs to be written somewhere. And that's not even good enough. You need to have it put in front of you to be able to gauge exactly the kind of transformations that's happened in this country. Like, why don't blacks go and figure it out for themselves, which we did after slavery? But they were like bombed. Shit was what's the lake? Lake Lanier. Shit
Yeah.
was flooded.
People still go there. And they say that that lake be claiming bodies like every time somebody goes in there. That's the one in Georgia,
I
right?
would never. I'm not sure where it is because I ain't going. Because anytime you're around, I guess murder, the type of murder, mass murder from people who were not okay dying, you're gonna get some weird shit happening.
Yes, in Georgia, in the northern part of Georgia.
Yeah, we always had our own shit, and a lot of people said that
On the
segregation,
Chattahoochee River.
Chattahoochee. That's
Chattahoochee.
probably a lot of people said segregation wasn't good because now we have to mix into your system. And where the fuck are we exactly with that? We're still, you don't fuck with us. We're black.
Right.
And the reasons are in the book, page 10. And oh, I'm so sorry. And at least if you went to your own, you'd be able to have a fighting chance with somebody who was trying to do commerce with you.
I mean, I think it was a good idea. It was bad execution. Like, I feel like we got the raw end of the deal where it's like you could have actually gotten something. Because if you think about a lot of the other, like, nationalities of people that migrated here over the decades, a lot of them did get an upper hand. You know, like, fucking, why are there Chinese stores in the hood? Like, they don't even live there, but they'll serve you food, and there's one everywhere. Like, does it?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so there should, like, so you're saying integration, like, all right, cool, let's all integrate, but it's like, all right, give us a chance to do the same shit too. It's like, nah, but we'll let them open a Chinese store or a liquor store, which is freaking insane, the amount of people that have liquor stores in the hood. You don't see them like bunched up like in other areas. Like, some places you go, it's like, all right, there's one liquor store per town, maybe two. It's
Yeah.
like, shit, some neighborhoods got like 8 with it, like,
Fucking
freaking,
on each corner.
yeah, and they all are making money. It's insane. Like,
No,
last
they're
time I was
selling
in
to the
Newark,
demographic.
yeah, exactly. They know. Like, last time I was in Newark, I think every liquor store I went by, like, if there were people out, there's always somebody outside. So that lets you know that that place is making money. The people that sit outside, they're the ones that drink all day, you know, and that lets you know exactly how popping this place is. If there's nobody hanging out outside, it's a shithole.
Your liquor store sucks.
Yeah, your liquor store's trash. But
Uh, uh, Today we're here to talk about. The elephant in the room.
Which one is it? Well,
Well,
the big
the
one
elephant,
is.
the elephant in the back room, and you shouldn't go back there.
Oh yeah,
Just make sure, just make sure you're never in the back with Uncle Touchy.
yeah. That's what we're going to talk about. But today's May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. Did you know that?
Yes, we're having programs at work. We're having all type of little wellnesses and seminars and awesome things. We did
For real?
I was I was on a panel about invisible disability.
Hold on, is that a real thing? Like your job really cares about your mental health, or are you like pulling my leg?
No, dead ass. I was having like a bad day and like my manager like ran down on me and called like people and no, take some time off because you have to be okay if you're not okay. I was like, I'm okay. I'll go be
Wow.
okay. And I was like,
Okay.
I got anxious. Like, am I okay going to go be
Right.
okay? Is it
Exactly. Like,
okay?
are y'all giving me an
I,
extended stay? Like,
I,
what are we doing
I
here?
could go home and do some drugs and come back tomorrow calmer like I normally do. Like,
It's going to work itself out. Trust me. I promise. It'll be all right. Holy
but
shit.
yeah, yeah, we got several things. We have the hotline you can call and talk to a therapist.
Oh yeah, they got that
Another
shit too.
we have like three apps that you can work with that does like checking in and journaling and suggestions. We have
Oh,
another
so they
one
take
that's
that shit
connected to
seriously.
the co- we have another one that's connected to actual services. So if you take an assessment, like these niggas is asking me to check in, they're like, you haven't checked in lately. We'd like to do an assessment. And I'm like, I'm all right. Like I'm all right. But but that's mental ill bullshit. Like I'm all right
Yeah, I'm
now.
good. I'm
I'm
good.
all right today, and then I won't be in 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
yeah, they've been running down on me like I need to do my assessment, but that's also giving me anxiety. So I don't know where we're going with this.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah, our company does, but it's white people though.
Well, I mean, listen, that's cool though. At least they're taking it serious. Like most companies, like we got that little bullshit EAP thing, but it's like it really. I don't think that they really take it seriously, and not that they should. Because I mean, maybe this is me sounding conservative, but you're here to work. I'm not here to care about your fucking feelings. Like you
Oh
want
boy, oh boy.
I'm saying if you want, listen, you cry on your own time. Well, you're here between 9 and 5. I need your head up
Go bang
high.
your head. You can bang your head in 15 minutes if you go on break. All
Yeah,
right.
exactly. You do whatever you want on your 30-minute break, but while you're on the
Go
clock,
smoke your 8 cigarettes in your car, cry, and drink your fucking liquor.
hey, listen. As long as you get the
Come
job
back
done,
refreshed.
yeah, come back refreshed. Oh man, but so it did make me think of a question like, what are some ways um that you protect your mental health? What are some things that you do, or what is one thing that you do that really helps you get through the day? Like, you got breathing techniques. Do you know, scribble? Like, one thing that helps you like get over the hump.
Well, fuck it then. Let's make it a mental health show. Uh, um, I don't know if I do anything now besides what I do, but mental health over the years, I've done a lot of things. Like I was willing, once I realized the difficulty I was having existing in my own space, I was willing to try anything that I thought would help. So over the years, it's been therapy, it's been medication, it's been meditation in the morning, it's been journaling all my life. It's been stopping drugs, starting drugs, the environment that I'll work in, the people I'll have in my life. Mental health is greatly relieved when you earn more money.
Yeah, talk about it.
Like there's a poverty aspect. Like I was never as relaxed as I was after I graduated from college
Mm. But
because
college
like
adds a whole
several
nother
things
level
stopped.
of stress to you, right?
Several things stopped at one time. I'm working a full time job, a part time job, going to school full time, and I have a kid, and I have a relationship, and apartment. So I got all these things going on. So that's like that having to be 18 places at one time. That consistent 7 day a week schedule that I have to be on this bus at this time and get off at this time and get this class. Like that
So you had
stopped.
a lot more free time.
A lot more free time. I had no idea what to do with, and then the opportunity to make enough money to support myself, which meant that I didn't have to have a man around to help support my daughter and I.
Oh, so you got a whole toolbox of things.
Yeah, you need to.
I mean, I do
Journaling
too.
since I was little. My grandma told me to write down if I wanted to talk to her about things and she wasn't around, to write it down in my journal, and we'll talk about it when I see her next time.
Oh, that's
So I
pretty
was
cool.
journaling at like I was like fucking 8, like 8, 9 years old journaling.
That's really cool. I mean, that's always been like something that I think a lot of kids start when they're younger, but most people don't keep up with it. You know, because you got to do something with your thoughts. And shit, our parents and grandparents probably had no idea what to do with their thoughts either. So, hey,
No,
listen,
not at
grab
all.
some paper, write that shit down. Don't nobody want to hear that
They
shit
didn't.
right
They
now.
didn't even think you had thoughts. Like what? Do I feed you? Like yeah,
This is
like
true.
yeah, you do. I
Yep.
have my I have a journal page. I have pages from my old journal, and I have this cute boy I met that lives around the corner.
Oh man, there's always one in.
And like the whole front and back of the page is like this cute boy. Oh my god, he's brown skinned, he's bow legged, he has light eyes. Like I'm just like this boy. And the
So
last
weird.
entry on the page is his name is George. And we talked today, and he's so cute. He said he's gonna come and we're gonna talk on the porch. I hope he
Bow-legged
does.
George. Shout out to you, buddy. That is hilarious.
That's my child's father.
Really? No fucking way.
George is my child's father. So that was me. I was 14, and then I got pregnant with her. I was 16, turning 17.
Oh my god. All right.
So that was my situation meeting my child's father in my journal.
That just escalated.
Oh my god, he's so cute. Oh my god, I fucking picked one. He's bow-legged. That's what I was going for.
That is hilarious. Yeah, when you said that, I stopped listening to everything else. I was like, why was that such a like dope detail? Then his name was George, and I just couldn't help myself. It didn't like to find out that that was a real person, like just like standing there looking like, all right,
Yeah, I ate so many fucking potato chips that year. But yeah, journaling. People
journal
in
is
and out
fun.
your life. That's a big ass one. The
But,
people that you have in and out your life.
yeah,
And I don't think people realize you do have the option of not making yourself available to people who make you miserable.
most people don't understand that. Most people
Oh,
think
you could
you have to like, especially if it's like a family friend or somebody, you have to like actually talk to them. I guess
no.
that is making yourself available. Like you can't just. I mean, you can, but it's not like polite to like just blatantly like just ignore people. But I mean, you can.
What's polite?
Well, if somebody speaks, you speak back.
No. I've fucking never,
No.
I've never. And then my daughter was like kindergarten. And I'm coming to get her. I'm walking her past her friends to class, away from class, wherever the fuck. And these little motherfuckers are like breaking in. Hi, Alex. Hey, Alex. Like she walking fast, and they like trying to keep up. Like, hey, Alex. Hi,
Yeah,
hey, Alex.
that's
Girl.
crazy.
And she don't even turn her head. And I'm like, did you not see a little girl trying to speak to you? Yeah, I heard her. Well, okay, why you ain't say hello? Because I ain't want to speak to her. I ain't feel like talking. And I was like, oh, the audacity. Yeah, but she get the
Right.
shit from me. She get the shit from me.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Because I'm like, what the hell? I was always taught, you walk into a room, you speak to everybody, and keep it moving. Like,
Was I taught that?
whether it's probably, if you had civil rights parents, I'm sure they were like, look,
Mm-mm.
well, no, you were part of the speak when spoken to crowd.
Yes, I was part of that. But I didn't pay attention. I told my mother used to talk shit about people.
Mm.
Always. And I'm always ear hustling.
I see where this is
So
going. So you wouldn't even speak to you. Like, my mom don't even fuck with you. Fuck
I
I
dead
saying
ass
hi to
told
you
this
for,
lady that
Charles.
something. My mother wanted to let you know that she don't even like you like that. So why are you in this car? I was like,
Badass fucking Tracy.
I was like four. I was like 3, 4. And my mother was like, "Oh, here she comes. She's gonna ask for a ride home." Da, 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 all up under her breath. My grandmother's in the back seat. I'm in the back seat. The lady got in, and
Holy
when she got
shit.
in, we all with the seat belts and everything else. And I was like, "Miss such and such," and she was like, "Yeah, baby." I was like, "You know what?" She was like, "What?" I was like, "My mother don't like you, and she don't want to ride you home. She wish you would go ask somebody else."
Holy shit. Yo, kids say the fucking darndest things. Terrible threes, man. It's the terrible
Yeah,
twos and terrible threes. Around that age is where like you got to watch what you say around them because they just be repeating everything.
I thought I was being righteous.
You thought
I was trying to be righteous. I
you,
was speaking the truth out in these
you was
streets,
standing
and
up for something.
my mother was like, "What the fuck was that?" My mother was like, why did you let her say that? Did you not realize she about to go?" My grandma was like, "Well, maybe she should have said it."
Grandma got your back too, of course. Grandma like, well,
Always.
you know, she
My
wasn't
grandma,
wrong.
my dad always had my back. Yeah, like, well, girl, ain't you the one sitting here complaining
You
like you
literally
ain't got
just
no
said it. If you
mouth?
didn't, yeah, exactly. You shouldn't have said it in front of her. You didn't. If you don't want kids to repeat anything, don't say shit in front of them. That's crazy.
That's emotionally immature. That's emotionally immature when you use your kid as a speaker box.
Mm,
You're using your kid as a therapist.
okay.
You're discussing like whole issues with somebody who's not. That's not why am I in your
Right.
conversation?
They don't
Like
even know how to
they
really
don't have the
comprehend what's going on.
they can't give you advice. They
Yeah.
can't. Fuck, you don't have friends, but a lot of adults don't.
You like asking me what I think about it, bitch. I can barely count to 10. Fuck you want me to tell you.
What's my juice box?
Exactly. That's the only concern I got right now. Where's the juice? You asking me about fucking Miss Tina and her fucking issues. I don't know. Fuck that shit.
we weren't. I wasn't taught speak to. It was speak when spoken to,
Yes.
which is not bad because it's better to just observe than to be involving yourself in shit.
True.
So as a kid, everybody was quiet, but motherfucker, check a kid out. You talking on the phone, your baby over there eyes flickering. Back if they just downloading all type of
Mm-hmm.
information, they heard everything that you said.
Yup.
And I used to recognize when my parents would spell words around me.
Oh, you picked up on
So,
that one.
so just because you're spelling the word
Doesn't mean,
lets
yeah.
me know that that's some shit I should pay even closer attention to. How he spell it? He said Fuck, Fuck. Now I'm trying to memorize what you just spelled so I can go
I got in
use
trouble
my
like that.
dictionary. I can go use my
Yeah.
dictionary.
Nah, I got in trouble like that once. Cause so people would spell stuff out and like I would write it. Like as they're spelling it. They'd be like, don't stop listening to me. Go whap.
You
Backhand.
taking notes.
Yeah. I was like, hold up. I thought that's what we supposed to do here.
Are you
Like,
trying to spell?
yeah.
My daughter, I was doing the same shit. Me and her father, not her actual father, the guy who raised her. We'd be like, yeah, da, 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 XYZ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and I'd see her eyes flickering back and forth, and she trying to catch it, and uh we started spelling faster, and then
Oh man.
sometime I realized when she caught the word because she was like in her head like repeating it, and then her eyes lit up like,
Like, aha. Like, oh, they wilding. Let me go into my
oh
room.
fuck, she just
Where's my
caught that.
juice box? Fuck this shit.
No,
That is
journaling.
insane.
That's something people that the more adults should do. Journal instead of trying to
Yes.
like make your kids or your neighbor or random ass people on fucking social media stop making everybody a therapist.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You see, the worst thing that they ever gave people was social media, because now everybody has a soapbox to really launch their
Oh,
shit off of,
and
and
that's really what's going on social media. Motherfuckers up here they're just saying the most.
they're just shooting for three.
You ain't got no credentials.
Right. That's why, like, sometimes that's why I tweeted this out and like it kind of like backfired. Well, it didn't really backfire, but I said like motherfuckers be arguing with niggas that was in special ed. That's why your mental health is in shambles. And
Dead
apparently,
ass.
apparently, a dude I follow, he's like he was on a podcast. Actually, Maul's brother, his little brother, the nigga was like, he was like, yo, I was in special ed. And I was like, was like, all right, well, tell your brother to stop yelling at you because he ain't helping debunk the myth. Like, this nigga be over there screaming about to have a damn heart attack over some bullshit. And it's like, it ain't that serious.
Oh, so he feeling, oh, a hit dog holler?
Yeah, well, he said it on the podcast. I was listening to the podcast, but I had said it already. And he was like, yo, you listening to the pod? I was like, oh, he said, did you listen to this week's episode? I was like, nah, I'm listening to it right now. He was like, all right, let me know. He was like, you tweeted something and it made me, and then I was like, but I only had like 14, 15 minutes left. So I was like, did I miss something? And then
And he
after I
passive
sipped it,
aggressive.
I was
Oh,
like, oh shit. I was like, nah, like I ain't mean it like that. It's like, but tell your brother stop yelling all the time because he ain't helping. It was like it makes it seem like he's the crazy one because he's trying to get a point across to you and you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to change your thought of mind. Like, and that's one thing about opinions that people got to understand. Like, you can believe something and be like, all right, you know what? This is what I believe in. But if I don't believe in it, all right, cool. Check this out. Let's keep it moving. But
that's it.
yeah,
Like, you get to have one, and I get to have one too.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's another way that people need to protect their mental health. Stop arguing with people who might have been in the remedial class. I don't even know if that's nice to say either. You can't say nothing no more.
Can't say nothing.
Can't say shit.
Well, what has been your mental health journey?
Um.
And I
Oh.
escaped the psych ward twice. I'm proud of that.
Oh. No, I didn't. I didn't escape twice.
Still trying to take my clothes. What you mean?
One. The
We gotta
last time I
transfer
went,
you
they
to the
kept
fourth
me.
floor. What's on the fourth floor?
You know
The
it's on
doctor
the
gonna
fourth
come
floor.
talk to you. What doctor gonna come talk to me? My gynecologist, so I can go to fuck home. I had my miscarriage. What do you mean?
Oh
No,
shit.
there's another doctor. Who
Nah.
the fuck? What other doctor trying to come talk to me?
Yeah, they wake you up at 4:00 in the morning and take your blood. Like, where the fuck you think I'm going? Like, what do you think I got in my system? Like, I've been here for the last fucking 4 days. Y'all wake me up at 6:00 to stick me with a goddamn needle. It's just mad uncomfortable.
Dead
But
ass 2 a.m. and don't wake you up and let you know nothing. Stick the
yeah,
needle in the arm.
no, just wake up and they're like, all right, go into the hallway. Like, what the hell is going on? We got to take some blood. Like, you just took blood yesterday. How much fucking
Same
blood do
blood.
you need? It's just
Same
like,
blood.
where am I going? Like, the coffee doesn't have fucking caffeine in it. Like, there's no fucking substances here. What are you looking
Man,
for?
listen.
Then they
That's why I
probably
wouldn't let him take me down. That's you can't. You gotta shoot me. You gotta shoot me in my back when I'm running the fuck down the lawn with my ass out with the little paper gown on. I'm not.
Oh
I'm not letting y'all
shit.
take me to the fourth
That's
floor.
crazy. Nah, one of the things that I picked up on last year was when anxiety starts to get a hold of me, put some cold water on my face. Doctor told me that. And it was like, I didn't think about it, but then I tried it and I was like, oh, it actually does calm you down, which is weird because you would think the shock from cold water touching you is like supposed to like kind of freak you out, but I guess it has the adverse effect if you're already like amped up. So that was one thing. Journaling, audio journaling now because my hands be cramping sometimes when I write too much. So, and
No,
audio
right.
journaling is like way easier. If you got a thought, you just like pop in real quick and keep it moving. And just trying to keep busy, actually. You know, staying busy to avoid like boredom, because boredom like brings on like depression and shit. Because when you sit
Idle
around,
hands are the devil's
yeah,
playground.
all of that shit. And so, but because you just have a lot of time to think. So if you're like moving and doing things, you don't have time to sit and think about what could have been. You're in the mix and you're trying to make things actually happen. So, and then I got a fortune cookie last night that said, what did it say? And it's so cliche because it's like, it just, the way that the timing was like just too perfect. So it was said, appreciate the victories no matter how small they are, something like that. Something super cliche. But it was like just how ironic that, like, you know, everything like starting a new pod and like trying to go through all of the motions again. And it's like, just appreciate the little victories. And it's like, okay, like that,
Fortune cookies be knowing, yo.
even though they come out of the same fucking factory. It's the weirdest
That's
shit in the
beside the
world.
point.
But I still think that
It's,
that's
it's
weird.
the universe. It's still the no. That's some
And they
crazy
still,
shit.
yeah, no, it might be. Listen, I believe in like that weird shit, like some shit just aligns sometimes. Like I believe in that, but when I saw that documentary about where the fucking fortune cookies come from, I was so upset. Yo.
You thought it was a little man somewhere writing
Yeah,
down like he was coming.
I
Some shit was
did.
coming to him, and he was typing it out
They
because
ruined my
it's always typed
childhood.
out with blue ink on
Yeah.
a little teeny weeny piece
It
of paper.
always looked the same, except now I think there's like a website on them. I'm like, all right, come on now, y'all
Oh
done really done overdid it. Y'all should have kept it OG style. We didn't need the website. Like, just if
no, I
you,
don't want to. I don't want to log in. I want you to tell me
yeah. And then they
what you got
still
to tell
put
me right now. My cookie.
the freaking lottery numbers on. I remember when they first started doing that. That's when I started to be like, oh damn, this shit is getting freaking crazy. Like as a kid, because you see that shit as a kid, and it's not like your parents tell you, oh, this isn't real or whatever. You know, they let you believe the shit. So I'm reading the shit, and then one time I remember just turning it over. I was like, oh shit, there's numbers on the back of this. And it's like, oh, lucky numbers, and that shit never worked.
You ain't hit the.
Superstition's a motherfucker.
I'm not superstitious much
Really?
at all. Really, I think it's
You don't
silly.
have one?
No,
Not one you don't believe in. What about splitting the pole, sweeping
no.
the
Look, I
sweeping
never.
the
I
feet,
heard. I heard none of that till I
hats on
got
the
down to
bed?
the blacks. Didn't I tell you about the blacks?
Yeah, but that's like some
The
old. I
blacks.
feel like that's like that old
I,
the blacks. Yeah, that did sound crazy.
I I didn't know. I didn't hear any of that until I got around other people, the black people.
Mm,
I didn't hear any of that.
damn.
We
So
didn't
you
have
really
any of that.
didn't. Hold up. Do you even know how to play spades?
No.
What?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
I have an app on I have an app on my phone and I'm trying to teach myself because people don't they don't be letting
Yo,
me.
black people do look at you
I be
different if you don't know how to
I
play
underbook.
spades.
That shit hostile. Yeah, that shit hostile as fuck. Like, and then I'll say some slick shit like, well, okay, I'm sorry, my bad. I had books when I was a child. My parents wouldn't teach me how to fucking
Oh
gamble.
shit.
You fucking weirdos. Like, oh my god.
See, yeah, I already know you probably was fighting a lot
Oh,
back in the day.
Amanda Seals ass. Yeah.
Oh shit.
You Amanda. Yeah. Because I say some sideways
God
shit
damn.
that's classist and
Yeah.
all types
Mad
of other
classes
things
like,
like a
hold up, what are you trying
motherfucker.
to say? I didn't read because I know how to play spades? Like now you got me feeling lost and superior. Hold up. Did she just call me dumb?
My bad. My fucking bad. My fucking parents weren't trying to teach me how to be a hustling criminal out here doing illicit activities.
They're like, yo, hold
We
up.
were able. No, gambling was gambling wasn't a good thing, so I didn't learn to
No.
gamble. But it was pity pat. My uncle taught me how to play
All
pity pat.
right, yeah, Pity Pat's another one of those games. But
I
spades
don't
is
remember
like
how to
the
play.
ultimate black game. Like, if you don't know how to play spades, all black people kind of judge you, especially the ones that know how to play
My
spades.
father's younger brother snuck and taught me how to play pity
Oh,
pat
so
with my
you weren't
cousin.
allowed to play like any sort of card game. So your family was kind of like religious, superstitious. I want to say because
No,
that sounds like the devil, like
we
the
were
devil's
Republican.
games or some shit. Like don't play
That was my mother her ass backwards shit.
playing cards is the devil's game.
It's the devil's game.
Holy shit! I mean, it kind of is. It is like they do use it to take people's money, but like certain card games are cool. Like War, like I Declare War was always like the easiest game in the world to play. Like that's like
I
your
can't play that
introduction.
either.
How can you not play it? It's easy. It's you just flip over a
Cause I
card.
don't. Who am I playing with? The dog? Who am I playing with? No
Oh.
one. You never asked if I had siblings.
I
You know
thought
I
you
got
did have
400
siblings. All
siblings
right, I
now.
shouldn't.
In my foster home, I was the only child until like later
Oh,
on. So it was just me, and then I have a sister, but she was
damn. I'm sorry.
disabled.
My bad. I take that for granted. I just assumed
Yeah,
that you grew
like
up with
fuck
somebody
my
around.
man. I'm looking out the window and shit. I'm fucking me and my dog looking like lonely.
You and the dog.
I
The
had
dog like
I
I'll
had
play
mad
with you.
games.
You're like you
I had
can't
mad
talk.
I had mad games and nobody to play with. I had mad
Oh,
games.
that sucks. That's kind of sad.
I don't know how to play
That was
Sugar
like
Ladder.
me at one point. Like when I lived with my grandmother, it was just me, and so like it was just definitely a lot of
Your
downtime.
grandmother
Yeah, I remember. Yo,
doing
my grandma,
crossword puzzles.
yeah, nah, yo, nah, my
Doing the fucking
grandmother,
crossword puzzle, cutting out coupons.
yup, coupons, all of that shit. But nah, no, my grandmother ain't play that shit. She was old Southern black lady too. Like, so you couldn't just show up at her house. Like, you couldn't unannounced. Like, she didn't play that shit. And I never forget it. Like my cousin, we was on the phone. I was like, yeah, grandma said you could come over. It's like, all right, my grandma. I was like, all right, they coming over. She was like, all right, tell them to call before they leave or whatever, some shit. Apparently they didn't call. And my grandmother did not come out that room to open the door. They downstairs ringing the
Crazy.
bell. I can hear them like through the window. I'm like,
That's crazy.
they're outside, grandma. She's like, but they
Grandma
ain't
stood on
call.
business.
Yeah,
Grandma
she
stood on
did.
business.
I was like, fuck, man. That shit, to this day, like, I still can remember, like, how heartbroken I was. It was like, fuck, man. It's like, but I had everything. I had all the toys. I just had nobody to play with. So then when I
Man.
did, like, get around my siblings, I was like, man, fuck y'all.
What? That's what you do? What?
Only for a little bit. Well, I mean, you got to think about it. Like, I spent a lot of years, like, alone. So, like, I was just selfish by nature. Like, it wasn't like
That's that only child shit motherfuckers
yeah.
tell you about. You're not used to sharing, are you?
I didn't
Nigga,
have to.
no. No, I got my own bed, my own room. And then meeting people and they're like, oh, my siblings in the same bed. What you mean same bed?
Yeah.
I had my own bedroom. I had my own bed.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
had my own clothes.
my bad. I'm sorry. Like,
I had my own bank account. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm sorry, my bad.
yeah.
My bad. Get you a daddy. Oh,
But I mean, oh damn, that's fucked up. See, you just wild. So, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I learned later on though. Like playing cards though, that was always one of those things. It's like once you're in school, you're trying to ingratiate yourself amongst all your peers. So you're trying to figure out where you fit in. Playing cards was all. What's that jail game that they used to play? Casino. That one's the game that is like what? Like yeah, they play this in jail, and there are kids playing this game. I was like, I think in 5th or 6th grade when I learned how to play that game. I haven't played in forever, so I don't remember. But all I remember is like, yeah, niggas play this in jail. I'm like, how do y'all know how to play this shit? Like, what's
not
going
our mother of Saint Ignatius. Nuh-uh.
on? It's not over here. You went
Not in my
to
private
school.
school.
They were allowed to hit y'all in your private school? Did the nuns lay
I
hands? Was it private or Catholic?
Catholic,
Oh, yeah.
private,
Yeah, because them schools
Roman
was,
Catholic.
they was wilding.
They hit the nun hit Jill Nixon, and Jill Nixon got 400 fucking siblings, and her mama stayed home all day. I'm not sure what her daddy do. The mama was dark skinned and like a big like thick lady,
Solid.
solid. The daddy was tiny as fuck, slim as hell,
That's
and
usually how it
hella fucking
works.
light. It was crazy as fuck to see her father. But we were like in the 5th grade, and she hit her with the yardstick. And Jill was like, "I'm gonna tell my mother that you hit me."
Oh,
And
shit.
you can tell whoever you want to tell. You
That's what the
shouldn't be in
teacher
here.
said?
Some bullshit. God, what the fuck was we doing? Chewing gum? What? What? She didn't say yes, man. Like it would be some bullshit. So
Right.
she was like, "You can tell whoever you want to tell. You not in here doing da 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 da." And I don't know what the fuck happened. So it wasn't the next day. It was like maybe 2 days later, and we in here being quiet, and this bitch talking, and I don't know what the fuck happened. The door slammed, and everybody turned. They whipped their head around like, "Who that?" And little black lady in the door, and she said some words. She's like, "If you hit my daughter again, I'm gonna take that yardstick and I'm gonna hit you back, and you ain't gonna like when I'm hitting you because I ain't gonna be done until you on the ground."
God damn.
And nobody got hit with the yardstick after that. I don't know what happened.
So you know what happened. There was a whole conversation. It was like, all right, we can't hit those kids anymore. With
You
this
hit black
next,
kids.
yeah, this next generation, watch what happened. Not
Ain't
yet.
nobody paying. Ain't nobody daddy paying money to send their child to school with no white motherfuckers, and you gonna beat on my black child?
Oh, definitely not. Not back then either.
Hell no. That's like a
Because black
generation
people
away
was
from down
still,
south.
yeah, black people was still on that bullshit back then. It was like, hold up now. I know we gotta work and operate with you white folks, but don't be doing that. No, slavery ended, nigga. Don't be putting your hands on us or our kids. That's how that shit went.
Her mama was big, and I think she should have took that nun.
Probably the nun probably
She
saw
could've
Jesus. Jesus probably told her, "Listen, Mary, this ain't what you want.
You on your own.
This is not what you want."
She got a big back. You on your own with her.
Yeah.
That's the hell.
So another way to protect our mental health is, which I thought this was cool too, like moving away, changing your environment. So Chief Keef is actually about to turn 30 this year, which is insane because I didn't realize how young he actually was when he first popped up on the scene. So he first showed up when he was 16, or he became like super famous at 16. So all of that shit that he was doing, he was really young. I thought the nigga was like 18, 19 or whatever. But I guess that's what growing up in the hood do to you, make you look older faster.
Yeah,
But
super hood.
yeah, he said he did an interview with Zane Lowe. I guess he's got an album that's about to come out this year. I don't know if it came out already or not. Never been the biggest Chief Keef fan, but I admire this because I thought it was cool to actually see him on something different. Hold on, is this thing still
It's
plugged in?
crazy to think.
Oh yeah, it is. All right, so I'm gonna play this real quick. This is a clip of him talking to Zane Lowe.
I want to talk a little bit about legacy for you because, you're still such a young man. You're still, you've still got so much life to
I'm gonna
live.
be 29. So I'm gonna be 29 in August.
It's crazy to think what you've achieved at this point in your life.
Yeah, I'm about to be 29 years old, man. I came in at 16 years old.
It's so crazy. Do you think, looking back on it now with the benefit of hindsight, through all of the challenges and the triumphs that you've been through, that you would recommend trying to find your way as an artist, finding your voice at that age, that you really understand yourself as 16 enough?
Nah, I was just young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going, like, doing stuff and I was just actually the street life had me. You know what I'm saying? Like the streets and everything that came with that, it had me in like a hole, especially in Chicago. So when I moved to LA, I kind of like started getting better as a person type.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it took me to come to LA to actually grow out of what I was and who I was and how I was. Now I'm even talking, like, you couldn't get me to talk in an interview. I'll tell you, how are you, 300? Yeah, no. I ain't really speaking. I'm not being vocal like that. But nowadays, I mean, I got something to say, really, really.
So I thought that was dope. Like, I really thought it was just to see the growth in him, because you remember
That was
Chief
so
Keef.
insightful, though.
Yeah, like
And forthright.
but you could hear like him talking, like he's still like not kind of comfortable, but he does want to. Like he just
He's going to still talk.
yeah.
It just comes out
Yeah,
a
it
little
just
choppy.
yeah, exactly, because he hasn't figured out how to fully like say what he wants to say, and like even just watching the video, like he can't really sit still. So it's like you just see like the motherfucker. Like I was actually super impressed. Like I was actually happy to see that kid, like, well, that grown man now, like to where he's at. Because I remember just him just being in trouble all the time, and I was like, damn, just another kid that's gonna lose his shit, and he was literally I guess the one that started the American drill, because that shit's been popular over in the UK for shit well over 2 decades now. But he ushered that in. But with that being said, that goes to the whole changing your environment to become a better person for your mental health. Because you heard what he said. If he would have stayed in Chicago, who knows what would have happened to him? He would end up like so many of these other artists that have lost their lives, just doing dumb shit. Especially those Chicago rappers. Them little niggas, they was wilding at one point in time.
The whole Midwest sounds crazy.
Yeah, they be bugging out there.
The whole Midwest sounds crazy. And it's you have to want to get away, but it's almost like betraying the poverty by wanting to get away. And it's weird, like mad shit. And maybe because, like I said, I'm not necessarily integrated into certain experiences, I see how it's counterproductive. And just because it's counterproductive, it's a good enough reason to just don't fuck with it.
Right.
Like certain activities, certain places. Every time I go to the bar every weekend, like I can't listen to people complain about the same thing that you contribute to by something that you do.
Right.
If I and I've done everything. It's not like I just woke up and was like, oh, I just know how to make decisions that's good for myself. I just know how to have boundaries. I just know how to, like be decisive about my actions. No, I had to go to the bar every weekend and the same shit at the bar, or I'm like spending money that what the fuck for. I'm hanging out with people who I'm just here. I'm not really having a conversation with you. I can't hear you. Everybody talking drunk, talking at the side of their neck, like passing time. Like, okay, why am I here?
That shit was fun at
Or
one point in time, from like 21 to 25, maybe
it's fun
26.
depending on your company, but this is like after work on a
Oh,
Friday with coworkers. Like, y'all not even my peers. I love the club. I love the club. I love music. I love dancing. So that would be how you get me
you
out the
talking
house.
about
But
like
that's
happy
only
hour with the coworkers and shit.
after work on every other Friday on payday.
Nah, we ain't doing all of
But
that.
people pile up, or the neighborhood bar. You just come here and it's like, are you enjoying yourself, or is this like force a habit or lack of something to do? So that's just one thing, just going there being
Might be a
bored, you're spending
combination of
money.
both.
You go there, you're bored, you're spending money. Then there's also the aspect of the fights that break out.
Yeah.
Driving drunk. Depending on where the fuck you are, you could get robbed. Like what neighborhood you in. So it's like, why are you doing this if you're getting nothing out of it besides it being a habit?
Well,
Or
you
or
also,
you
so what about the people that like the little bit of danger? Like, the white girls that always want to go to the hood and hang out with like the worst of the worst. Like, bitch, they are about to shoot. Why are you out here? Go home. Like,
that's thrill seeking.
so you don't think that some people just like that just in general? Like you said, force of nature. Maybe they're just so used to that. Like, that's what gets them excited. So they go to that same bar and hope that freaking Tariq gonna come in here and smack the shit out of Jerome because he still own $500 and he ain't pay him yet, but he in here buying shots for the little
No,
ladies.
cause whatever you saw at the neighborhood bar, you used to seeing it, so you desensitized.
Yeah, you could be
That's
desensitized and
exciting for
still.
somebody. That's exciting for somebody who ain't used to seeing it. But if it's like some more shit this weekend, like niggas be like, oh, you know how niggas do at the bar or at concerts at the club, you can't go because niggas gonna do. Some people ain't looking for it to happen. It's just like a happenstance.
I ain't never hang out in none of the hood bars. I'm be honest with you. At least not when I was younger. I guess so. Listen, that might be a privilege for me. Like, cause when I
I'm gonna
turned,
say because you bougie, nigga.
nah, but so that was like by default.
And
So
you had a
when
car. Yeah, you had a car.
no, not even. I wasn't even living in freaking Jersey when I turned
Okay,
21.
you.
So
Yeah,
I
you.
was in like a whole nother state, like with a different demographic of people. I started like drinking with white college kids. Like that's a whole
There
nother
you
vibe.
go.
Like them motherfuckers just be on some extra shit. So like
Now
that,
that's fun.
it
That
is.
that could be fun because it's people that are like talking and bullshit. Oh my god, I'll hang out with anybody. I used to party hard. The fucking Philippines, the Latinos, party hard with almost anybody except for like black people with
God
the
damn,
shootout
Tracy, what
weird
is
shit,
going on?
or the fight shit. It's like I don't know. All the problems be. It's like other people drink to have fun, and like the hood drinks to get out aggression.
I mean, that's that they do. So that is a thing too, like self medicating. Like this, motherfuckers got so many issues. Like they got to figure out a way to stay numb. Not that I'm agreeing with it. I'm just saying I understand it because
I agree.
I
I
come
agree.
from it. Like I'm a product of that. Like I as much as like I want to be like or not that I want to be like as much as I am a different person than like I was when I was 18, 19. It doesn't change the fact that I'm still a product of what that situation is. Like
You was a mad drunk?
no.
No,
No, no,
no.
no, no, no. I was
You're
actually
not a mad drunk.
a happy one. I freaking give away all my money, shirt off my back.
I'm a happy drunk. I think that's the difference also. I'm a happy drunk. You're a happy
Right.
drunk. So I don't want to be somewhere that's fucking my
I
vibe
was
up. Like
more
I'm chilling.
right. I was more. I would like try to hurt myself. Like as opposed to like somebody else. If I got too drunk or too high or something, like I would definitely be like trying to self like mutilate or some shit like that. But other people, nah, I was like super nice. Like even to like I think the last like when I right before I stopped drinking, my aunt used to tell the bartender, look, after this time, take his card. Like I was so mad. Like the bartender
Oh,
used to take my card. Like nope, that's it. We're cutting you off. Like motherfucker. Like but it was one of those things that had to happen, or else I'll just be in here keeping it going, keeping it going. It's just like it's a cycle. Now it's just like I don't even like being around loud music. Like too many people make me uncomfortable. I'm like, bar scene, no. Like, I mean, a regular bar, but not like nighttime loud music, mad niggas. Like, like, give me a happy hour crew. Like, let me let me mingle out with these people. Once it get dark and the young kids start coming out, that's when I take my old ass in the house. Cause this new batch of 20-year-olds, they different.
I haven't been to a bar in so fucking long. I was in a club.
Good. Save yourself. You still go to the club? What you doing in the club? Who you trying to pick up?
How you sound like one of my brothers?
Cause what the hell
All of
your
my
ass
brothers.
doing in
I'm
the club?
sorry. I got one brother I go to the club with, and the rest of them be sounding like you. Ew.
I'm just
Ew.
saying, ain't nothing in the club.
What's in the club? Don't you think we're a little past the age to be up in the club? My nigga, we like music. Go away.
I
Go the
mean,
fuck away. Then my other brother, I was chilling and I was chilling. I go to the club. I'm in Cali. My brother's a performer, so he goes to any club he wants, and we chill out. We hang out. We listen to music,
well, that's
and
different.
I like to dance. He liked to dance, and both of us are hoes. So we be in the club, and we went with
I like how you just tried to sneak that in there. Like, it's, nah, like, hold up,
yeah,
what?
that's my brother. We're hoes.
But no, that's what I'm saying, though. It's funny because I'm like, all right, so what the hell you looking for? And you're like, why somebody gotta be looking for something?
Ah,
And then lo and
it
behold,
because
it found
we
you.
we we the type to always we the type to be on the swivel. Let's put it like that. We pretty people and pretty people be us. I don't know,
No, that's
but we go to
fine.
the
Like
club.
I'm not like I said, but I called it. I was like, what the hell you looking for in there? Like,
we
there's only so much
next.
music you can hear. Like, come
I'm
on
looking
now.
for next. We in the club. We'll always go. I have like my other cousins. He's a DJ. He'll come. So this day was my older brother, my brother under me, who's a performer, my brother under him, who's a, mm, and my other brother in heart. Oh fuck! I had four of my brothers with me, but for the youngest one who was in Nevada. I had three of my boy cousins, two of my girl cousins. So it's like 12, it's like 10, 12 of us in this club. And my uncle was in there. My uncle's a little bit older than one of my brothers. Like, it's a big ass family. So we chilling. And I'm in here. They always catch me looking crazy because they don't say we're going to the club. So these niggas be dressed and I look like whatever the fuck.
And
I
you
just got
still
the
be like, all right,
airplane.
well, I'm out here.
But I got chucks on. I got chucks on. I got a skirt on. I have a t-shirt on, and I have an afro. And I don't look like anybody in the club because them
You
chicks
definitely
look
don't look
like
like you from LA either. So
I don't look like I'm from LA. Then I got this big ass curly red afro. They like, what the fuck is going on? But I'm chilling and I'm dancing. And I'm dancing and I'm chilling. And everybody was into it. Like my brothers were all into it because it was like it's relaxing like that. So it wasn't like a club piled up on top of each other. It wasn't like a neighborhood bar type of thing with the violent weird shit. When we was leaving out, it was like niggas hanging out in the parking lot, which I haven't seen in so fucking long.
parking lot
Like
pimping.
nobody hang parking lot pimping. Nobody hangs out in the parking lot. But Cali is different, I guess, because the cars are a thing.
Yep.
So there's like it's like another party in the parking lot. And I was walking and some cat who was dancing with me earlier was next to me asking me something about something. And next thing I know, my brother just like said some shit to him and was like, go walk off. And my the nigga just walked off. I was like, what happened? What just
Mm.
happened? What
Nigga
just
probably
happened?
asked you what set you was from or some shit, some language you ain't understand.
He just told him walk off and he walked off. And I was like, yo, I was talking to him. Not anymore. What you mean?
Hey,
Well,
listen,
what you doing up in the club exactly? What you mean? What you
hello.
mean?
It all comes full circle. I like how everybody's still on the same shit that I'm on. The fuck is you doing here? Come on now.
Being, I'm being friendly
Yeah,
as
with
always.
Jeffrey Dahmer, leave these motherfuckers alone. Or else
Man,
end up
listen.
in somebody's fucking freezer, like it being goddamn stew. That's crazy to think that
Oh,
there were people that did that shit. What? What you got?
because that just happened. The girl went on a date with somebody from
Yes.
an app, and she gone.
Yo,
And I was like, that's wild. Like
and that's
you just
fucking
like met
scary
her,
as
ate with
shit.
her, and killed her.
Right. And first of all, so how many dates did they go on? Like, why would if
One, I can't get the date rape going. It wasn't like an accident. Like she fell down her head and nothing. You just
yo, like,
you just invited her out, had a nice meal, and invited her back to your crib, and then just stop.
But that's what I don't get. Like, how do so people go into people's houses on the first link up? Like, so is that a thrill seeking thing too? Like, or motherfuckers just crazy out here? Because ain't no way in hell you're just going to some random stranger's house like on the first date, male or female. Like dudes, I get with their little thirsty asses, but they gonna get caught up too. They gonna end up in somebody's fucking freezer, being all thirsty and shit. Like you just don't do that. You shouldn't do that. But maybe, like I said, these new 20-year-olds, they different. And condolences to that girl family. I'm not trying to make fun of it. I'm just saying, like, why? Like, what in the hell?
I never think it was weird. I've been to plenty of people's houses.
Yeah, we already established why you still go to the club, so I don't think that you're gonna
Shut
think that
up.
this is weird.
Wow. Slander. Slander. Wow.
Nah.
That's
You
how
know
you
my
really
girl.
feel?
Nah, you know I fucks with you. But I just think it's weird when I see like young ladies get caught up in this shit because I'm like, hold up, what happened to like some sort of like protocol? Like I remember like the
Like
protocol,
vetting the
especially,
motherfucker.
huh?
Like vetting the motherfucker some type of way.
Yeah, or if you go meet them for a first time, meet them in a public place with somebody else that you know what I'm saying? So at least somebody knows something like, damn, it's just, that shit's kind of scary though.
Did somebody tell you that though?
Yeah.
Who told you that?
So, a friend of mine, he met some girl, and they were like, across the country too, and he went over there to meet her, and I was like, yo, you sure you're gonna do this? He's like, well, we're gonna meet in a public place, and she had her girlfriend that came with her, and they all like the three of them all hung out, and once they figured it was cool, like they were cool, but you still have to like test out the grounds to see what happened. Like I'd always met somebody in like a opening place. Like, all right, everybody. There's enough witnesses around here that we go our separate ways. Nobody can say that you did something to me or I did something to you. Like, no, because shit, men aren't the only creeps out here. Women are creepy too.
But that was something that you determined for yourself or someone suggested to you?
No, that's just a safety protocol. I guess from running the streets too. Like when you be outside doing crime and shit, you try to make sure that you have all your shit figured out. You map out certain things and you understand like what you're getting into. So there's no, oh shit, this could happen or that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I've always tried to cover all my bases. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I mean, even if you do hook up with someone and go to their house on the first night, at least meet them somewhere public and understand like what type of person you're getting into. There had to be something about this guy that was like, yeah, this motherfucker's a little creepy.
No, because motherfuckers would meet on the talk line, on the chat line back in the day, and they'd exchange addresses, and you just show up.
Yeah, which I
That's
get.
that's always been like that,
Right,
and it was still.
but they probably spent a lot of time on that chat line too. At least sometime. Like you don't just say, "Oh, you sound good. You sound good. All right, let's meet up." And then like, what?
It would be talking beforehand,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
but
There's some sort of vetting going on to where as though you like I don't know. Like I just
it would be talking. It would be talking. Going to people's houses. Is that like a leftover from being a teenager?
yeah.
Because you expect it to not be anybody home, and you go see somebody,
Right. And it
but then
was
you also don't expect people to be sexual predators
or trying to chop you up. Like
or eating you
right.
or something. But
Like not saying that any of it's cool, but like who the fuck like what if they like forget a piece of my body and now they go to bury me, but like my fucking femur is still in some dude's fucking medicine cabinet somewhere. I don't know. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how the fuck does that work?
I don't know. I used to go to people's houses. I can't say it's a safe thing to do, but I always did, and it was never like I was never told to not go to people's houses,
Well, no, nobody's
or
gonna
I
tell
was
you
never
that.
told to be like, oh, have people around. It was never.
You gotta vet
My
people.
girlfriends would have people around. They told me, or they would go with me, but I didn't meet them
Are
until I
you a
was
thrill
like,
seeker?
no, but I'm not scared of anything. I have no fear.
That's
Never did.
scary.
Never did. I was like 11, 12 years old, riding my bike outside in Jersey
So
City
you
at
like
like
you don't have a
three
fear of
o'clock in the morning.
heights?
No.
like
I was climbing
speeds.
the roof of my house. No, I love speed. I love speed. I used to
Jesus Christ.
we used to race cars, and I would switch cars. Dumbest shit. I did like a list of the dumbest shit ever.
So why did you do it? Because you just wanted to push your limit on fear, or you just like what the hell?
I felt like nothing would happen. Or I guess it was what's the worst could happen? When I'm gonna die? I'm dead. I didn't care very much. I didn't care. I really didn't give. I didn't really care if I died. I
It's like,
started caring when I became a mother.
oh, oh, well, happy Mother's Day. You know, it is Mother's Day now. That was weird, real weird transition, but whatever.
It's 12:09. Word. Word. Happy Mother's Day to whomever's out there being a mother.
Word, you know, because I'm sure that's part of the mental health thing too. That was so. That was another thing we were talking about earlier. You said something that was like really kind of sad to me about moms having to plan their own
Oh,
Mother's Day.
yeah, when you're a mom, you gotta go do your own. You might be with the motherfucking gotta do your own Mother's Day. Or show up for your mother.
Mm.
There's some supplemental mothering that needs to happen somewhere. There's some yeah. And it's that shows the amount of lack of partners or partners that will take the time out to acknowledge it. Like if anything, there's an argument going on Facebook right now about um congratulating mothers and fathers. Like, well, Father's Day come around, make sure y'all ain't trying to take away from our special day. And the
Oh
fuck are
my
y'all
God!
even
So
talking
it's
about?
the
The fuck
oppression
y'all even
Olympics
talking
still.
about? Yeah, yeah. So it's an argument about I'm trying to have my day to feel every day is a Mother's Day. Then there's like the child support question. Every day is a Mother's Day. The first of the month is a Mother's Day. Y'all get them checks. Like it's so much shit convoluted with being a
A lot
mother.
of people are bitter. You know what that is though?
It's it's nothing to be. This is not being a mother is not a
N-
regal position
no, what? No, it definitely
at
isn't.
all. It sucks actually.
But everybody's like having these arguments because they're having kids with people they don't like. This goes back to my earlier conversation about like arguing with people who don't have the same like IQ as you. Like you're wasting
Or
fucking
the
brain
people
cells.
in your environment, the people in your
That
fucking
too.
environment, sharing 20 years of responsibility for a whole ass human
Mm.
with somebody that you can't even have a decent relationship with, co-parenting
Once
with,
again,
negotiate with.
this goes back to vetting too. Like, so hold up, people didn't have certain conversations with these people before they decided to make a whole human. Like, yeah, I know like
No,
little babies are
at
cute and
all.
shit, but that's like going to be a person with thoughts and opinions and views, and like you kind of want to shape this person into some. I don't know. I just think that it'd be weird when people do that shit and then they wonder why like everybody's so mad about it. It's like because you're having kids with people you don't like.
I mean, I came home from a date pregnant, so
Yo,
who am
that
I?
is crazy, yo. Well, we already listen. We've established you are a thrill seeker. You don't have a
I
fear.
have
You
not a
don't know how
real
to
thing.
play
Yeah, but
spades.
I guess
Um,
I like roller coasters. I like roller coasters. I
yeah,
like things that blow up,
all of
and
them.
I like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, you're an adrenaline junkie. Holy shit,
Am I?
you have to be.
I think so. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Listen, it's cool. Listen, I
I
don't.
I'll, I used to start fights,
Yeah, see, you're one of those people. I don't like those people. I
but I wouldn't
listen.
be. I'm not mad. I'm not mad though.
When motherfuckers start talking too loud, I start moving a little far
No,
away
I'm not
from
mad. I'm not mad.
scoot
I want to
over.
slap box with boys. I want to slap box with boys. I want to slap box. I want to do shit like I'll like take your shit, run, so you can chase me and
Yeah,
be having the time of my fucking
yeah,
life. I don't
you're
know.
one of yeah. Listen, I don't know. Like the reason that I'm the opposite is because I guess when I get too turned up, like it's hard to turn me down. Cause now I'm like just ready to go, and like once I'm ready to go, like all right, fuck it, we here now. Listen, I told you with the drinking, it's the same thing. Once you get started, it's like all right, you got to have a fucking cutoff point, or else this shit'll just keep roller coastering. And it's the same thing with like anger. If I get pissed off and now it's like it's coming to a fight, well, I guess we're gonna be fighting until somebody can't move because what the fuck. But I try to avoid that because I don't like that shit. That shit don't feel good, man. I start shaking this shit, ready to break something.
I don't get angry often.
No, not anymore. I'm pretty chill these days.
I
Listen,
would get angry behind shit that ain't even happening. I would the angrier I am is behind. It's either like a bipolar thing that just I'm not even I don't even know why I'm angry. Like there's nothing going on making me angry. I'm just like in a rage. But other than that, I don't get angry. So like I want to like fuck with people, and then it's funny when they get annoyed, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry, and it's just I'm weird, and people. I'm a big ass kid. Maybe that would speak to the immaturity of it, but
which is fine. You know what? I think that there's something to that. Like, I feel like if a lot of adults were able to hold on to some part of their childhood like that to still be a kid, we would probably have a lot more happier people out here. Because I feel like a lot of people are just forced to grow up super fast, or they're put in a position to where as though they're not allowed to really enjoy their childhood. So they, in a sense, kind of have that resentment, anger issue type thing that they're holding on to, but they don't know what to do with that energy. But
yeah,
there are people like you who are fucking carefree and happy, and like it's like
it it's been something that annoys people about me.
really,
Like I've met people and they just like flat out just don't fuck with me. And I don't give you no vibes for that. I don't give you no vibes for that. Like it's not even you
probably like,
dislike
what
me.
fuck is wrong with her? Why she always happy and shit? Fuck out of here.
I laugh I laugh real loud. I laugh real loud. I'll joke about things. I smile a lot.
Yeah, you
Like
just be having a
people
good
throw me
time.
shade. People throw me shade and I don't even notice.
Yeah, I'm
So
kind of
I
like
have
that too.
girlfriends around me and they're like, "No, she was being shady when she said you have to explain it to me because I don't get it."
Right, but
Like
then
I'm
you probably said it
on
on
the
some old
spectrum. I
like,
don't get it. So I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, ha, ha.
and
Say
that probably
less."
pissed them off even more. 'Cause they're like, oh, did this bitch
They
just
said
ignore
that.
me?
Yeah, it was like I blew it off,
Yeah,
or it didn't even affect me
it
because
came off as
I'm
condescending maybe, and they're like, did she do that c word to me?
you stupid.
They don't know what it
You
means.
stupid.
They don't know what
they
it
got their,
means, so they're like,
they
did
got
she
their
do that?
dictionary out. They just mad. They don't know why. They gotta ask each other.
Hold up, bitch.
Have
That's
a
on page
meeting.
718. Hold on a second. Nah, but
No,
I get it.
me being light, my ex would tell me that. He was like, I think a lot of issues girls had with you was because you're not carrying the weight with you. I don't look like what I've been through,
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
not
true. And you
uncomfortable
don't
in my
act like it
body.
either.
I'm not weird about shit. I don't carry shame about circumstances. I like being me.
That's good. You should.
I like being silly. I'm a fucking ball of fucking laugh.
That's cool, and that's how it should be. But that's why I was saying, like, most adults don't they don't get to hold on to that part of childhood. They have to let it go, so they end up being bitter and mad at people who are like kind of carefree in a
When
sense.
was the last time you laughed so hard that your side hurt?
Shit. I think it was like a couple weeks ago.
That's what I was waiting to hear.
Yeah. But the
I was
problem
thinking
is
about
like I be laughing at just random shit anyway, but like to laugh that hard, like it's got to be something super funny.
it's usually with people.
Yeah, it is.
I was thinking about my homegirl. I'm laughing now. I think about my homegirl. The shit that she says, like she looks like one thing, but she says other shit. You have to like you wouldn't think that's her personality with the presentation she gives out in public, and and then the things that she'll say, the things that she'll talk about, like I be on the fucking floor, or the both of us just be cracking each other up. So I go to her house, I kick my shoes off, I'm on her couch, I'm in her bed, I'm in her refrigerator. Like that's where I couch surf when I'm out in the world. We need to
Nice.
go somewhere. I love her. I've watched her kids grow up. They're like wonderful fucking adults turning 30 and shit this year. But when I tell you I be on the fucking floor. I be on the fucking floor like my ribs hurt laughing so hard, tears coming down my fucking eyes, and I've always had friends like that.
Mm.
I've always had friends. I get on the phone with my coworker. She's 28, and me and this girl will cackle. My neighbor was like, "Girl, I hear everything that you're saying. Who the fuck you talking to?" He texts me. because I'm in
Damn.
here loud, cackling, like mouth open, ignorant laughing.
Oh shit.
Laughing so hard, I was like, I gotta pee. I'm laughing so hard, I gotta.
Neighbors calling the cops. They're like, yo, they having too much fun over there. Like, it's just one person. Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I thought about that, and I was like, I wonder how often people get to do this, or do people get to do this, or is this just something
Most people don't.
certain people enjoy?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody does experience it, but a lot of people probably won't allow themselves to experience it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll get to a point where it's like they're having too much fun. It's like, all right, we got to cut this shit down. Calm down now. Everybody having too much. But when it's like, there's really no need not to. It's like, just let it be. Like, just enjoy the laughter. Like,
For mental health, laughter is one of the best things you can do.
it is. It is. It actually is. They say that if you're having a bad day, I think if you like just smile, it like triggers your brain or something. It does something. It's weird. But it's like sometimes I find myself just like if I'm not even if I'm like sad or something, if I'm just like feeling like just blah, I'll just start smiling out of nowhere just to change
Not
things up.
you smiling.
I don't smile in front of people, but I'm saying
You still.
I can't let
I'm
them see
smiling to
that.
myself
Yeah.
on the inside,
Yeah, on the inside, but on the outside, I'll be
like a man.
can't let them see you smiling because then they're gonna think you a punk. Don't want nobody to think you a punk. Probably can't even say that word anymore.
That's like Max. Max has like the illest like I can't say resting bitch face, but like the like resting expression.
I mean,
Max
I guess
looks
that's still
nuts.
the term. Like,
But when he had the most beautiful fucking smile, I'm like, yo, my God, your smile is so like your face lights up.
yeah, see, and that's
And
the
he was like,
problem.
he was like,
Niggas ain't
you
gonna
see how
smile
good
when
I
you
am? I
say it
can't be
like that.
standing here smiling. He said, I
Exactly.
smile when I see you. He's like, I can't be standing here grinning
You
out
can't
in
be.
public and shit. He's like, I'm a black man. People going.
Yeah, they'll think I'm a punk. You can't be smiling in front of niggas. Don't show teeth.
That's like showing toes.
Yeah, can't do that unless you're on the beach. You gotta stop snitching too, because I don't think I released any pictures of me in flip flops.
I ain't got no picture of you in flip flop. Where your wife at? She know.
Yeah,
She see your toes. Oh man.
yeah. She took me to go get a what's that? The pedicure. That's the thing on the feet.
The thing on the feet.
Yeah,
The little Asian lady.
yeah. Well,
They was talking
these
shit about
ladies.
you.
Nah, these ladies were Spanish, but I mean, or Hispanic. But nah, they were cool. Except the one lady, she tore my freaking cuticle up. My fucking foot was stinging. I was like, this shit
Oh,
is not comfortable. And then she went to
she
like
trying to
try to
dig out the cooties.
sand the bottom of my foot, and that shit was all ticklish and shit. She gonna grab my foot, like, no, let go of my foot, lady. Shit's mad uncomfortable right now. Let me gain my composure for a second. But I like it. It actually it feels it's cool. Like, I think I'm gonna go do it again.
I can't do the bottom of the foot thing either. I be giggling and the whole fucking place be looking at me.
Yeah,
I
cause
can't.
like they take your feet out of that damn warm water with whatever that little exfoliating shit they put in there, and then they like start. You should be feeling like goddamn tingles.
That's
Like
crazy. I'll be giggling my ass off, feeling like a nut.
like
But
last time I felt my
yo,
feet tingle like this, it was like some really good Molly. Like this is not
oh,
like what do you got in this water? Like holy shit! Like
special tea bath.
yeah.
make make your feet happy.
Listen, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do it again because I like it. It feels good, and it's like and you gotta get your feet like deep cleaned every now and then.
Deep clean. I can't. I was gonna say you gotta make sure you don't shred up that girl sheet.
Yeah, that too. I think I did that back in the day. I tore a pair of sheets, but they were like cheap sheets or something. So it wasn't really my fault. But you do feel bad when your toe cut a sheet. You're like, God damn, like, all right, gotta do
That
something with
shit
these claws.
crazy. Cause I had one nigga at my house and I went to change my sheets. I pulled my top sheet down. I was like, the fuck?
So like
I
Freddy
put the
Krueger
blanket
was
back.
down there
The
throwing
blanket,
up
yeah, the
gang
blanket back
signs.
and the sheet, the flat sheet. I was like, why is my flat sheet all ripped the fuck? Like somebody took scissors to that shit, and I was like, what the fuck?
Freddy Krueger
And
was
I
down
couldn't
there
figure out.
throwing up gang signs.
Yeah, it took two sets of sheets before I figured out that this nigga's toes was shredding up fucking
That's
fabric. Like,
crazy. You didn't pick that up on the first go round? That'd have been like,
baby, if you
wait a
never, if some shit
minute.
is new to you, you gotta catch up. I ain't never had no nigga. I had one nigga had to put his boots outside. Like, what is going on with your
Yo, that
toes? Like,
is
what?
crazy.
What is going on with your? There's no future here right now.
Yeah,
Like, there's no future for us because I don't know
fuck.
what's going on right now with your boots outside,
That is gnarly.
offending the fucking neighbors. Like, what?
Offended everybody. Like I kind of like I'm frowning now. Like it's not cool. I want better for niggas. Like I really do. Like, I don't know.
Niggas should want better for themselves.
Yeah, like wash your feet. Goddamn, nobody say like you. If you don't want to do the deep clean, that's fine. But at least wash them motherfuckers. Like, I never
Yo.
understood that. Like,
But that mental health. I think people neglect themselves. I think people shit. Even mental health is
poor hygiene.
what you were saying. No, well, kind of, sort of. What you were saying that you said you felt judged because somebody called you sassy, or is it sassy that you have?
No, yeah, I thought the lady was calling me sassy because she said I had nice fingers, and I was like, oh, Joe. She was like, oh, no, you have nice fingernails, and I was like, okay, thank you. And I was like, hold up,
See,
she's trying to call
what
me
you, like,
sassy or something?
trying to
Yeah,
say.
it was like,
Come on,
hold
punk.
up. Meanwhile, like it was a customer, so I'm trying to write down the information, and she was upset about something. And I was like, all right, so I'm already on the defense. Like, all right, I got to try to calm this person down. And I start writing. She's like, yeah, really nice fingernails. I was like, thank you. Then I was like, writing. I was like, is she calling me sassy or what? Like,
You funny? No.
I was, I didn't know how to take it. I was kind of like nervous. Like, why the fuck are you looking at my fingernails, lady? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I don't know. Like, it just, I thought it was weird. She was like an older lady too, so it was even weirder. It was like, what the fuck, lady? Like, what am I like?
that
Am my hand
That's
supposed to look
that's a
like
trigger
fucking?
response. That's a trigger response. That would be a trigger response. Because when people aren't used to getting compliments, when someone compliments them in some type of way they're not used to, they're suspicious of it.
Yeah, I don't do well with compliments.
No,
No, people be like, oh, I'll be like, thanks. It's like kind of freeze up. I'll be like,
what you all
okay,
in here mind my business.
right? Like, oh, they go, oh, good job. You really killed that. Thanks. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm always nervous like that. Even though like it does feel good, I always freeze up. I'll be like, oh, you talking to me? Oh, thank you. It's like,
Does the attention makes you uncomfortable?
a little only when you're caught off guard. It's like that's like with the people singing happy birthday to you at the table. Like I don't like that shit. And everybody they do this shit to me every fucking year. And I'll be like, don't do that shit. And then all of a sudden these people just come in and it's everybody just looking at you. Then now you got random strangers telling you happy birthday. Like, first of all, I don't know you. I don't know what your karma is. You should not be wishing me happy birthday. What if you just did some foul shit? Now I got your fucking nah. You don't got no good energy right now. I don't know. I'm weird.
Oh man.
I'm just saying. Think about it.
Oh man.
But yeah,
It
it
doesn't
is.
bother me.
Well, you're a thrill seeker.
I'm used to attention. A lot of attention.
I see. Here's the thing. I have no problem like speaking in front of people. Like I can speak in front of people all day long. But it's when like you're put on the spot on some old. It's about you, and it's like, well, let's actually not make it about me in front of everybody. It's like, no, but we're here to celebrate you. Like, thank you. Everybody have a good night, I guess. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't like being put on the spot, I guess. It's never worked out for me. But I can speak in front of people like it's nothing. I don't get nervous like that.
That's different though. Someone pointed it out to me, and I was thinking that I had to talk to people I'm working with, like a new team, and they're asking me questions, and I'm like, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm all like awkward and shit. But then you can put me on stage, and I can be up there with no problem
Right.
because there's something depersonalizing about the space between like a stage or performance or because
Yeah.
it's not a back and forth. It's just you
Right.
people watching you, and whatever you do is up to you, and it's not negotiating other people's responses and their body language and what their next question is going to be and things that might throw you off. But
No, yeah, you're right about that because rapping it was never hard. It was like, all right, like this I can do, but it's like when you actually have to when you're put on the spot. Now you could not do a press conference probably. Definitely don't put me in front of the press. That motherfuckers ask me questions. Oh, so how do you feel about the war in Hamas? Well, like what, buddy? I don't know.
How do you feel about the war in Hamas?
I'll be like, what are they fighting over? Like shit. Like,
I don't really
let
pay
me hear what
attention.
they
I don't
fighting
know.
over first before I tell you how I feel about it. Well, they're fighting over hundreds of years of space that wasn't theirs. Well, who does it belong to? Now I'm caught up in some bullshit. They be like, oh, he supports Hamas. It was like, no, I want to know whose shit it was. Like, if we're fighting
I
over
think a lot of
something,
black
what the
men
problem
are
is?
not used to compliments, like genuine compliments, where it makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's not
It
weird, but
shouldn't be.
it shouldn't be. Like, once again, I'm the awkward hug guy. Like, I really don't be hugging people. Like anybody, and it'd be weird when people reach out for a hug, and I'd be like kind of freeze up because I'm like, I'd like the awkward hug person. Like, yeah, no, yeah, I don't know.
Mm. I don't know. But you have a fan club going on in the Discord I hang out in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
oh,
posted your picture.
oh, tell me more.
They were like, oh, who's Fat Liver Jones? And I was like, oh, that's my homeboy. Like, oh, you got the same last name. I was like, yeah, but that's my homeboy. And I was like, yeah, here. I was like, we've been friends for years. And I don't know. I just posted your picture, and they were like, oh,
Exploitation.
yep, yeah, I'm trying to pimp walk you. Get us some, some engagement here.
Yeah,
I gotta sell you.
I like it
Like,
too.
who's your friend? And I was like, oh man.
No, that's cool. I mean, listen, I can deal with it a little bit. See, look, even that is awkward. See, yeah, I can. No, it's like I'm just awkward. Like I could have said thank you and just kept it moving, but now I got to like leave it alone.
And then you have your beard's all going gray.
Yeah, it's
You're gonna be a cat daddy
it sounds so weird.
or a silver fox. I am so excited for you.
Yeah, definitely not a
Ah,
cat daddy. That sounds like some '70s shit. What's
you're gonna be a
shaking,
cat
cat
daddy.
daddy? Like what the
Yeah,
hell? I don't even like
you had little
cats. Get out of here.
24-year-olds chasing behind you, so your daughter could go fight.
Oh my god,
Your daughter
that'd
could
be
be
the
fighting
fucking
people.
day. I'll never hear the end of it. Cause she is just like me, but like just way more like opinionated, and will tell you right then and there how she feels. It was like we when we got back from Puerto Rico, you know, she picked us up and we all went out to eat, and we got this pizza shop around the corner. It's a Dominican pizza, which is really good, but you know they like do like gourmet pizza, but like with different shit on it. One of them's got oxtail, they got a chicken pesto, they got the Dominican one. It's like they just make certain shit. And her little smart ass and her boyfriend gonna tell us, oh, they gonna have pizza with grass on it. I said, excuse me. Like,
Uh,
what the fuck is wrong with y'all? It did. What does my wife order? Fucking pizza with fucking lettuce and all of this shit. I was like, this isn't helping. And I was like, but you know, it's like leave her alone. I was like, y'all ordering freaking sausage and pepperoni. Like that's like the most plainest of plain. Like just expand your garage. Like, nah, I don't do that. Like clearly you don't. I feel like I failed as a parent. Like I remember I
Because you
did.
didn't bougie her to your
Yeah,
expectations.
nah. But she did what was that? Summer squash. She'll eat summer squash. But it was like hell trying to get her to eat vegetables as a kid. I remember one time I made us Cobb salad. She fucking was so mad. She like only ate certain things out the salad and then picked around it. And I was like, this fucking kid. It's like Cobb salads are good. It's like it's lettuce and fucking
She's a kid. Where's her chicken fingers?
yeah. Nah, we ain't doing that every day. That was back when I was like super like everything had to be organic and blah blah blah. It's like nah, we're having a Cobb salad with some ranch dressing, and it was amazing. She just like picked it. I remember I took a picture. I was like, she is so pissed off.
She doing like you, staying on business. She don't want
Yeah.
no bread butt.
Like listen, I respected it. Like I said, you gonna eat something. You ain't gonna be like I'm gonna starve and then be like, oh well, you didn't feed me. And like no, I fed you. You just didn't want to eat it. It's a big difference. Like she don't eat that. Listen, I come from the house. You're gonna eat what's in here. If not,
How
you
you
better
doing
start
that?
cooking.
How you doing that? How you doing dysfunctional Southern family? You gonna eat what I cook, and you cooking a Cobb salad? Like
Yeah, I know. I mean, in hindsight, it wasn't right. Like, I'm not saying that it was right. I was just on some bullshit. And I wouldn't even say it was on bullshit. I was actually just
You're
trying
not
to,
wrong. You was giving her some. You was trying to
yeah,
introduce her to new food.
that's what I'm
No, you did
saying.
the right
Like,
thing.
you,
You
you,
did the right thing. It's
you're
just funny as
shaming me for
fuck.
trying to give my kid vegetables? What is
And
going
she's
on
still,
here?
she's still shaming you for trying to give her
Yeah,
vegetables.
because she said they're going to have pizza with grass on it. I said, this little motherfucker
And then what you go ahead, and then what you go do?
get pizza with
Get you some
grass on
grass
it.
on
I
it.
was like,
Get you
this
some
ain't
grass
even
on it.
helping. I was like, holy shit. But yeah, that's the type of shit that she does to me. So it's like, imagine that. Yeah, I would not hear the end of it.
So changing your environment. Do you think you changed your environment, or was your environment already a little bit different, or did you want it to be different where you pursued different environments because you done lived in like 18 different states, and there's
So,
always some white boys in frat houses, and there's
right.
like a thing over here with the rock band, and then the monks over here doing yoga, and like
Then don't forget I went through a phase of brewing beer. Um I was a hipster before it was a hipster thing. No, so that was I wouldn't say by I wouldn't say by choice. It was actually like I was kind of forced into that situation. So whereas though when I was 19, like I really, you couldn't really tell me much. I thought I knew everything, like most 19-year-olds, and I didn't want to follow the rules, so I got put out. But in getting kicked out, like I really had to make a decision. Like, oh shit, it's like, do I stay and try to, couch surf, or do I really leave and try to try to better myself? And through all of the sacrifices and shit, it definitely made me a better person because the person I was at 19, I'm not today. And they say you're not supposed to be that anyway, but I don't know what would have happened had I not made that choice. Like I probably wouldn't be here in this situation, so it all worked out for the better. And in the long run, like, yeah, it made me a way better person. Like, nah, but I never really paid attention to the whole mental health aspect of it until I was later, like probably once I returned back down here. All that before then, it was just like, living with anxiety and dealing with the depression and not really understanding what it was, just knowing how I felt with certain situations. That was something I wish I kind of paid attention to a little earlier, but there was no real the information was there, but not in the circles where I was, because everybody was always on some old, and this is like white, black. It's just like it's a group of not a subgroup, but just a certain type of people that are just don't believe in that. Like it doesn't have anything to do with race. It's just certain people believe that talking to someone about your problems is not going to help your problems. And then there are people
Mhm.
that are like, you kind of actually need to talk about it. So maybe it's like the people who were raised by people who didn't let them express their feelings, or they were allowed to express their feelings, so they didn't feel like they needed to. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. There was never nobody that was like, yeah, you should probably go talk to somebody. Like never that. And I mean, my aunt tried it when I was like a teenager, but I fucking trolled the shit out of that damn therapist. Like, I'm sure, looking back, I was like, I should not have done that to that lady. I was just being an asshole because I didn't want to be there, not knowing that I probably should have stayed there and actually dealt with it. Like, probably could have helped me. But whatever, you live and you learn. So, said all that to say, yeah, changing my environment actually did help me in the long run, because who knows what would have happened had I stayed on those streets. Probably be
I
in front
believe
of one of the liquor stores right now.
changing your environment is one of the best things you could possibly do to raise your quality of life.
See,
And then what?
I don't know.
You can
Keep
also
living.
go. You can go anywhere. I don't think people realize you can go anywhere. You can go relocate anywhere. You can
Yeah.
you can choose family.
Yep. That was
You
the
can
other
choose
thing too.
your
So
your
like
people.
right. So within all my travels, the amount of people that I know, the amount of friends and people I consider family that I've amassed over the years, I don't think I would have ever had that had I not changed my location. So that helps too. But there's also people got to be willing to do it too. Like there's also you have to have that like spontaneity like thing in you to where as though you could be like, all right, you know what, I'm doing it, bam, like no questions asked. Most people like to plan things out, have it be correct so they can execute it. I was always fly by the seat. You know what? No, I'm doing this next week, and then just do
So
it.
you're a thrill seeker too.
In some lights, yes, but I don't know if that's thrill seeking more or less like just the just being spontaneous and just being like I'm gonna do something different. Like 'cause it was never really. I mean, there was probably a little thrill attached to it, but it was never
It's the
like
spontaneity and it's the I think it really has to be, even if it's subconscious,
it's that new
there's
car
a
smell.
pushback. There's a pushback against this thing here. Like I'll build up like I look at like when I was a kid, I used to do the big ass Legos and
Hmm.
I would sit and I would put that bitch together. And as soon as I put it together, I would just like stomp it.
Right.
Like, okay, I did this thing,
I'm done with
okay,
it. What's
whatever.
next?
And I'm
So
yeah, and I'll never touch it again.
right. Same thing. So with me, like the self sabotage shit. Like you build something up to be so great, and then like when you like reach one like pinnacle, cause not realizing that there's more to it, you just be like, all right, I feel like I'm like bored with it, and now I'm like, all right, I need something else. So yeah, there might be something tied to that too. I can't really like put the actual word on it, but no, you're right about that. Just being, oh, I'm done with this. On to the next.
I've learned that people are often because there's a whole mindset that goes into
Task seeking, not
why
thrill
people
seeking.
are the way they
Task.
are. Yeah, I mean it's impulsive.
Yes.
It's adventure seeking. It could be like it could be a whole bunch of things. It could be the that we're not close to our immediate family in the way that I don't give a fuck if I don't see you every day. I can go over here like
Yeah.
I'm not a part of anything anyway. So I can go like be a part of and then not be a part of as the day goes on. So there's that. The people who don't seek to change their environment are also very suspicious of like new things.
Yeah.
And they're prejudiced against people that are unlike them.
Yep.
It's like they come up with like a whole bunch of things to not
Reasons to not do it. Like,
yeah.
oh, this might happen, or oh, like that. You know, like I know exactly what you're saying because I had those same reservations too. They're
Ah,
like, all
you
right,
friends with them Chinese people?
yeah,
Yeah, they cool as
exactly.
fuck.
Like, all right, we'll
They're
go to
people. Like what you they're just fucking people. Like there's no difference unless they speak their language and I don't
right.
understand. But other than that, like
Exactly. Yeah, they're just people. Like, and they might be actually super cool if you give them a chance. But it's like a lot of us grow up and we're like kind of grow up in prejudice in a sense. Like, and it's not like you grow up like even if your household wasn't like that. It's like sometimes your peers, like the community, is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember thinking that all white people looked alike, which was like the craziest shit in the world. But when all you know is Newark and then those city blocks, like, yeah, that's all you know. You're gonna think that all white people are like this. That's why when I started meeting white people and they was like looking at me all like intrigued, it was like, oh, that's because you see black people on TV and you think that we're all one way. And it was like I'm guilty of that too. It's like 'cause I see y'all coming to Newark to buy the drugs, and I'm like, oh, all white people look like this. Like, it's either this or they look like freaking whatever they show you on TV. So it was like there was no in between. And then when you finally get out there, you're like, holy shit, there's all types of freaking whites. There's po white trash. There's white trash. There's good white folk. There's
Confused
European
European white
trash.
people who
Yeah, it's
don't know
like
what the fuck the issue is because I just got here.
yeah, and you just start. You're like, holy shit, and then it opens your mind up. So that's another thing too, like just opening people's mind to certain shit. Like you, once again, going back to that Chief Keef thing, like you just see in his eyes that his brain is just open, and he's like, holy shit, the world is way bigger than what I thought it was when I lived in Chicago. Fucking 13 years ago, 13, 14 years ago, something like that. That's crazy to think about. Kids from the 90s are like fucking damn near 30s now. It's fucking
Well,
nuts.
my daughter's 30. She'll be 34.
That's
Born
crazy.
born 1990.
I know. That is insane. I'm like, shit. The 90s just feel like they don't feel like they were that long ago. It's so weird.
I don't think anything does. I don't think anything feels like it was that long ago until somebody reminds you of it.
But I mean, just to think that I've been around for 40 fucking years, I'm like, hold up. Like, I still feel like I'm like in my 30s or something. Like I'm just turning 30. Like life be
You
lifing,
were
but it don't even seem like it sometimes.
you were in your 30s like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I remember before I turned 35 and I was like, well, I'm still closer to 30 than I am to 40. So, you know,
You-
it's like, now it's
Do you
like,
mind getting older?
no,
No.
no, no. I think, you know, as cliche as it sounds, with old age comes wisdom, and that's like a blessing. It's like just the stuff that I know, like now that I like look back on, and I'm like, yo, 18-year-old me. Like if I could talk to 18-year-old me, I'd be like, yo, just relax. You don't
You
got to know
funny.
everything right now. Well, because like you've at 18, and I'm sure a lot of 18-year-olds feel that way too. You're young, rambunctious. They tell you you're an adult. You feel like you could do whatever you want. You go out here with fucking testosterone to your fucking ears, and you're like just ready to take on the world, and then the world kicks your ass, and you're like, oh shit. Let me sit
Did you
down for a
did you
second.
think you would get to 40?
No,
No.
not that I didn't think I would get there. I just didn't know what life would look like at 40. You know what I'm saying? Like you see life at like 20 something, and you're like, oh, you know, I'm young, and you know, you just that's how you look at life, but you don't look at like, all right, what's the next step, and what's the next phase. So no, like I didn't know what 40 looked like, but it's pretty cool so far. Like I can't complain.
You you've been 40 for 2 weeks, but you
Hey,
it's
listen,
cool so
it's been
far.
a lit
You
2 weeks. All
you
right,
you do recommend?
yes, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 I recommend. But yeah, no, I'm just like getting older. Like I don't know. It's like I said, younger me, I'd had no idea. It's like 40. Like all I know, I was like, all right, well, when my daughter turns 18, I'll be this age, and then we'll be out. And it's like, yeah, that came and that went. Like, what's next? Like, oh shit, now I'm 40. Like, fuck, didn't think about this part. But it's cool. I ain't tripping.
Well, the entire thing is on the job training.
This is true.
Getting older is on the job training.
That's like those goddamn mom books. I hate them shits. Where it's like, oh, what to expect. It's like, I remember just being like, yo, you really gonna let somebody else tell you how your experience is supposed to be? Like,
No, that's why I don't read books.
but you read other books, you know. But those like those like parenting books are so weird to me, because it's like, what is this, like just another way for people to like make themselves feel good? Like, no, like none of us know what the fuck we're doing, and you're gonna be winging it, especially your first go round. By your second and third kid, hopefully you have it figured out. But like motherfuckers that be having like 6 and 7 kids, like come on, at that point you got to be like, listen, this is how this is going. Boom, hit the ground running.
The parenting book, they didn't have parenting books when I had my
That's what
kids.
I'm saying. That shit didn't start until like the fucking 2000s, where it was like the fucking stay-at-home moms needed something to do because they were going through postpartum or whatever, and they were like, "Oh, let me write a book to help other moms. This is going to make the world a better place." Like, no, it didn't. Karen, shut the fuck up. The only person that you
Stupid.
helped was you and Susan in your little book club. All right. Like people are reading this. Why is my baby not like this? Or why was my pregnancy not? It's like, come on, man. Like that's why
Oprah.
I hate those type of things. Yeah, it's Oprah's fault.
You shouldn't even have kids.
That's crazy. And people really take her advice. That's some shit that
Yeah,
be
because
pissing me off.
because black women are magical. So if you're like chunky and asexual looking, you can give advice and people will listen.
Well, cause she look like Big Mama. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, she looked like Big Mama.
She look like she know what she talking about. Like she ain't got no kids. It don't matter. She look like somebody's grandmama. That right there looks like a grandmama, and grandmamas know what they talking about. Like, but she ain't got no kids. It don't matter. She got dogs. She raised them dogs to be great freaking animals. Like, what are you talking about right now?
She raised Stedman.
Oh shit. All right. You know what?
Oh, All right,
Poor
never mind.
Stedman,
I'm
yo.
sorry.
Poor Stedman. Wasn't he like a lawyer or something?
I think he's still a lawyer.
Oh yeah, that's right. I feel like that's not a title you lose unless you do something like shady. It's not like you
No, you
retire
keep
and be
your
like you were
license.
never. Yeah, you stay a lawyer forever. Like that shit's gonna be on your damn tombstone when you die. It's like doctor. You'll always be a doctor unless you do something fucked up and they take your license away.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean shit.
aren't you still a doctor though? You can't practice, but you're still a doctor.
No, not if they take the title. You can call yourself
Ah,
what you want, but if you don't got the documentation to prove it, I can say I'm a doctor. But they took my license last year because, like cut somebody's knee off. Like,
oh,
I mean, I'm gonna start saying that. I'm gonna start putting doctor in front of my name. Let's see how far
I
that
think you
gets me.
should. I
Let's
think you
see how
should.
far that gets me. But you're a doctor? I was, but they took my license, so but I'm still like I went to school and I did all of that, but like they took my license, so I can't practice anymore. And be looking at me like, then you're not a doctor? No, technically I still am. Let's see how
You
far
can
that
still
gets me.
work. It just have to be in the basement.
Yo, like that teenager, that dude that had everybody thinking he was a doctor.
That's crazy. He did that shit a couple times. he did that
Yeah,
shit,
I think he
and
just popped up again. Like a
he did that
few,
shit a couple times.
yeah, I think he just popped up recently too. Like this motherfucker, like hold up, this motherfucker's still at it. Like holy shit, he's like Carmen San Diego. Like you can't catch that motherfucker. You catch him, you better hold on to him. So once he get
There's
back
another
out,
cat. There's another kid that thinks he's a train operator, so he'll go and like not rob the train. He'll go hijack a subway train
holy shit,
and just be driving that shit, picking up picking up people.
that's insane. That is nuts. That's too much.
Is this a rat, baby?
Yeah, I think we're there. I was gonna go on a rant about those little fresh and fit fucks. I hate those guys. I really, really do. Simply because I feel like they use women, especially black women, to like to gain like views off of them, just like being like rude to them. And they said some shit a few years ago, and I like blocked them, and and I said the same thing too. Like, all right, if we collectively be like, yo, we don't fuck with these people, just don't fuck with them. But clearly, there are people that fuck with them. I guess they're part of what's that? The red pill community? Is that
The red pill dudes.
those are the ones that think the manly man, like those motherfuckers. So
They're such trolls.
yeah, and it's like, and it's disgusting because it's like they first of all, like I believe both of their moms might. I think the other dude, he might not be. His mom might not be black, but they're black or they cosplaying as black. And I just think that it's fucked up. That first of all, that these young ladies still continue. It's like the rappers that still go to Vlad. It's like, come on, what are we doing here? Like this guy clearly doesn't respect our culture or any of our freaking leaders, and he'll profit off of us. But the moment that motherfuckers is telling him like, hey, you're wrong, and he's like waving his flag like, yo, no, but I'm so you can't say nothing to me, blah blah blah. And it's like, that's fucked up, Vlad, because like you do some foul shit and you perpetuate a lot of bullshit, and then you go and hide behind your fucking religion. And I don't like that shit. And these little doofus motherfuckers, like they lost I think their YouTube shit got canceled or whatever. And these motherfuckers were online crying. And it's like, don't cry now, motherfucker. You were the same dudes that were sitting here berating women, talking down to women, bringing these women on their show, and just like belittling them to the point that one girl got into a fight with another girl on the damn show. And it's like, what do y'all think this is, Jerry Springer? Like, at least with Springer, that shit was staged. So it's like, all right, this is, people are actually signing up to do this. Like, you guys are having these podcasts and everybody wants to tell relationship advice. Meanwhile, this dude got his partner then got some girl knocked up, some Chinese girl, and then he's telling her like, no, I don't want to have a baby with you, get the abortion, blah blah blah, all of this stuff. But yet and still you're sitting here talking about how to be a man. It's like these niggas are the worst type of niggas ever. And if I happen to run into them, I might run the niggas over. Like, I really don't like them, like, to that point, to where as though I see this shit, and it's like, because, like, I swear to God, if my daughter was on that show and I saw this shit, there would be no conversation. I'd be down there in Miami looking for these niggas. because the way that they treat these young ladies is not cool. Like, you can have an opinion. You could think that a woman should be in the kitchen barefoot, naked, blah, 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 whatever the fuck you want to say. But there's a way to go about it. You don't bring them on there and then tell them that they're stupid because they don't agree with you or they have a difference of opinion. Like, motherfucker, this isn't 1930 where women aren't allowed to speak their mind. Like, this is 2024. Women out here getting money. Some women are getting way more money than them, but they think because that they have this platform and that they have these freaking little minions that'll pay to keep them on, essentially, because I think they're like signed to like Rumble or whatever, which is like one of those, they quote unquote right wing fucking platforms. But it's like, it's still stupid because you guys are out here like when they have daughters, like the one thing that these podcasters don't realize is like this shit sticks around forever. Like, you could take the shit off the internet, you could think you deleted everything, but the internet never forgets. And you put stuff out here, your kids are going to see it at some point. At some point in time, this shit's going to resurface. And if you have little girls, they're going to see this and they're going to have questions. So, and I'm not telling them or saying this for them to take heed, because fuck them. I don't fuck with them. And I'm tired of seeing these niggas come across my timeline. I'm tired of seeing that fucking video. You guys need your ass whooped. If these girls have for brothers, they need to fucking put hands on y'all. Like, just something, because there's something to be said about niggas who haven't been punched in the face before. Every now, it's like,
The violence.
but I mean, sometimes you got to get punched in the face so you know what to not say. Like, you know how, like, when you were younger, not to say that parents need to whoop their kids, but some kids need ass whoopings. But point being is, your parent, if you did something and your parents say, hey, listen, don't do that. I'm telling you, don't do it. And they tell you don't do it, and you go do it, and you go do it, and you get caught.
There's repercussions. Yeah,
Yeah, there's repercussions to the shit. So guess what? You aren't going to do later. You're not going to do that shit again. You know why? Because you got your ass handed to you for doing that. It's the same thing in life. If you do something stupid, life will kick your ass. And then you'll be like, you know what? Next go around, I'm not doing that one again. So that's what I mean about this. Like, these dudes, they've never been punched in the face before. They've never really said something to the wrong person to where as though, like, watch your fucking mouth. Like, yes, you're entitled to have your fucking opinion all day long, but you're entitled to catch these hands too. So, with that being said, fuck them fresh and fit niggas. Fuck that podcast. And fuck anybody associated with them.
I say fuck them because they fuck with Tommy Sotomayor. And when I first started writing, that motherfucker used to be on my ass writing articles about me that were entirely fucking fabricated to make it seem like we had a relationship in real life.
Oh, damn. Nigga was clout chasing back in the day.
He was clout chasing like a motherfucker. I was writing on the interracial blog, and I had like mad traffic. So whatever I would write about, I'm not writing about anything controversial. I'm just writing about dating, writing about men, writing about advice. He would piggyback off of whatever the fuck I wrote
Fucking
and just
scumbags.
criticize it.
Fucking scumbags, man. This is what I'm saying. Shit's not fucking cool. Like,
And he threatened to dox me, and he had found pictures of me online and had posted the pictures along with his story
oh, like he
about
knew
how
you.
he knew me in real life. Like we were dating, and it was some shit going on, and I'm like down on my luck type of somebody, and he's helping me
Wow.
out, and he's trying to like guide my life, but like hoes like that don't deserve, and
Holy
like some type
shit.
of save a hoe type. It was insane. It was insane, and I didn't know it was there until I happened to I googled my name because I was
Oh
writing,
shit.
so I wanted to see
What
other
was out
people would write
there?
about my articles. So I wanted to see who was like writing about me or piggybacking off of the shit that I wrote. And I found the article. I contacted the woman who I wrote for, and she said she had been seeing it and had saw more shit, that he had been doing it, but she didn't want to alarm me to not worry about it. But he was like trying to dox me. He was trying to dox her too.
Holy shit. Yeah, man. Some of y'all niggas need hugs, man. Y'all need to, especially on Mother's Day. Yo, go hug your mom. Do something. Call a mom. Go rent a mom. Go see a fucking nun. Somebody. You just need a hug because y'all niggas be out here doing the most. And every day, like, y'all freaking idiots prove more and more this theory that there are men that don't like women. Like, y'all like to sleep with them, but you don't like them. And I just find that weird as fuck. Like, that is the craziest shit ever. But the theory is being proved every single time one of you new niggas get a podcast and y'all just feel like you have the best advice ever and you don't even know how to fucking wipe your nose. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, for real. No, for real. I don't like that shit. Like, it's one thing to have an opinion, right? Like, we could both be writers. You can write what you write, I can write what I write, and I can have a difference of opinion. But I don't necessarily, and like, I guess this is just me, because my creative brain is like, I don't need to have to go at you or to try to create a narrative about you to get my stories out there. I'm a find a way. I'm gonna find an angle. I'm gonna put my foot in the door somehow, some way. I'm not going to try to belittle another person, especially a woman. If we're talking like gender wars, because I that's another thing I hate too. I'm over that. I'm over the gender wars. I'm over the $200 dates. I'm over y'all having babies with people you don't like. I'm over all of this shit. Like, I want y'all to really start doing some healing. Okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna do some healing. You're going to eat a salad once a week, and you're going to start dating people that you like and that like you back. How about that?
And journaling.
And journaling. Yeah, that's where you start. That should be the first one, but I need y'all to heal first. Because Lord knows, y'all niggas need to heal, and y'all need a salad. Y'all need more vegetables in your life. That's what's wrong with these people. They need more vegetables.
Lack of vitamin D.
Yes. Vitamin D, C, B12, what's the other one? Vitamin A, all of that shit.
You funny.
Listen, it is what it is. This has been real though. Hey Tracy, you enjoy your Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day again. And happy Mother's Day.
Thank you
to-
very much. Thank you very much. It's been a long road to get here. Thank you.
And it hasn't been easy. That's what moms always got to say. You always got to add that one there. Hasn't
Well,
been
damn.
easy.
I didn't say that. No,
But
it
you
sucked.
should.
I said that earlier. It sucked. Yeah, this whole shit sucked. Like, being parents sucks. Like,
Yeah, it's hard. It's rough out here. But hey, listen. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Podding Through Trauma. Make sure y'all follow us on social medias at the Trauma Pod. I believe that's it. If not,
you
I'll
should
put
know.
I should know, right? But whatever, man. I think that's it. I think it's at the Trauma Pod. Especially on Twitter. The little intern I got has been throwing shots at me all week, trying to push this.
Funny. I like it. Is it he or she?
It's a they. It's a them.
Oh, is it them?
Yeah. But
Word.
yeah, they've been throwing shots at me all week, trying to push this hangover narrative. I was not hungover, almost died of dehydration, but it's cool. I'm gonna let y'all, run with whatever theory y'all want to run with, but it's fun. I'm feeling young and vibrant again, like that.
Not,
But you got
sassy. Not feeling sassy.
no vibrant, not
Oh.
sassy. No, that's what happens when you have young energy around. You're like, all right, these motherfuckers, like, all right, we can play the little board game wars. But yeah, no, follow us, leave us a comment, rate, review, join in on the conversation, like, don't be afraid. I know, like, people take this mental health thing and try to be super serious about it, but we want to add a little twist to it, to have some fun with it, like, laugh. As we said before, laughter is something that you can use to help keep your mental health intact,
And
like,
not just when you're high.
yeah. Yep. So, any final words, Tracy?
I give up.
Damn, you can't say that on a fucking podcast about mental health.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
With a question mark. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, all right, yeah, happy Mother's Day with a question mark. Is it happy? Well, we'll find out next time. All right, until then, y'all be safe. Y'all laugh and journal and eat some fucking salad.
Eat some fucking salad.
Have that.
I'll try.